Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to Two for Tonight from L'Auberge Chez François. I'm Jacques Haeringer. Today we're celebrating l'amour l'après-midi, love in the afternoon. Sneak away, fix a little delightful meal for that special someone, a cookout on the deck, on the balcony maybe. Either cook it outside or cook it inside. But call in well one afternoon and fix that special someone a great romantic meal. Wearing only an apron and maybe a chef's hat. You know what they say about a chef's hat? The height of the hat equals the size of his ego. Our Two for Tonight, Love in the Afternoon menu for today is a roasted vegetable salad with a fresh carrot sauce. A Chateaubriand of tuna is la pièce de résistance. And for dessert, a delicious Alsatian recipe, a frozen raspberry soufflé. They are going to love this menu. You're going to enjoy yourselves. Our first romantic dish, l'amour l'après-midi, is a roasted vegetable salad. You prepare most of it ahead, and you just bring that special someone onto the deck or onto the balcony and put it before them, and they're going to love this dish. It's easy to do, and it has all the wonderful, nutritious, fresh vegetables, local vegetables, hopefully, just made and roasted and seasoned, and they are going to love this dish. Now, in order to make this, we certainly do need some vegetables. I have here an assortment of local vegetables. We have peppers, zucchini, carrots, on, and there we're going to just cut them and roast them, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Let me take the zucchini here, a sharp knife, and just we're going to make thin slices, no more than 1/4 of an inch thick. All right, and put them into a tray. Now this is the part that you do ahead. Do this, then I'm going to take an onion. I have a local heirloom onion. It's called a bottle onion. Great for grilling. All right, now I'm going to take the vegetables and I'm going to put extra virgin olive oil all over the vegetables and just marinate them. We have everything ready to go here. We're going to take some salt and pepper and season them, and do this ahead of time because it might be a little drafty out there wearing only an apron. You don't want to be out there. You don't want to be out there on the deck all afternoon. We're just going to marinate them, make sure they're coated. We certainly want to make sure that the potatoes are well coated because we don't want them to discolor. All right? Now, when you are ready to go, we are going to take some tongs and just put all the vegetables. I have peppers. We have yellow squash. Put those over here. 2 pieces each should do it. We have red potatoes here. And the zucchini that we've prepared. The onion. Tomato. Locally grown organic vegetables. And then I'm going to take our vegetables and put it in a hot oven, or even under the broiler, a 425-degree oven for about 10 or 12 minutes to get them brown. You want them still a little bit crispy, but you want to roast them a little bit. Now, if the weather's good, put them on the grill. And those are prepared the same way, but just put them on the grill and brown them a little bit, and they're delicious that way. So we'll put them in there for about 12 minutes. It's been 12 minutes, hasn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, this is TV. All right? While our vegetables were roasting, we are going to prepare a carrot sauce to put around the vegetables to garnish the dish. Now, the Greeks believed that carrots were aphrodisiacs. And I have a glass of carrot juice every morning since I heard that. We're going to take 1 cup of freshly pressed carrot juice. We're going to reduce it by half. And all I'm going to do is merely season it with salt and pepper. Let's see here, salt. We have our sauce. We have our roasted vegetables. Do this ahead of time. Roast the vegetables ahead of time, and then all we have to do is put our salad together. I have a couple of ounces of mesclun mix, that is mixed green salad. I've made the vinaigrette ahead of time, your favorite vinaigrette, and I'm just going to show you how to put this together. And here's our plate right here. I'm going to take about 1/4 of the vinaigrette. All you need is about 1/3 of a cup here at the most. Mix it very, very well. I have a balsamic vinaigrette here with a few fresh herbs in it. And I'm going to put about, 1/4 of it or 1/3 of it in there. Toss it, like so, and put it on the plate. And you have to try to do this. You practice this. You can do this. You know, put the, like in the dining room, you put the towel over there, and you put this like this, right? You can do this. Then we are going to take our grilled vegetables, right here, which have cooled by now, hopefully, all right, and put them around the plate. Let's do this family style for 2. What do you say? Okay. Oh, that garlic. Make sure you both eat the garlic. Now, this is important. This is important. We're going to put that onion over here. All right, now we have our carrot here, like this. We're going to try to arrange this skillfully. Let's see here. All right, and then our zucchini, right here. What do you say we drape it like this, and do this with a flourish, well, like that. Then we're going to take our remaining vinaigrette, and put it over the vegetables. All the vegetables get a little bit of vinaigrette, like so. We're going to take our cooled and seasoned carrot, either raw or cooked, and just ladle it around. And by now you're only wearing your chef's hat. The apron's gone. And before I finish here, I'm going to take, if you happen to have some fresh herbs, a little tarragon or parsley, as a garnish. And voila, your roasted vegetable salad, sure to be a hit on any afternoon escapade. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our second L'amour l'après-midi, love in the afternoon dish, is a Chateaubriand of tuna. Beautiful yellowfin tuna. And this dish, Chateaubriand, the original dish is, of course, with beef tenderloin, the center cut of the beef tenderloin. The name comes from René François de Chateaubriand, famous French poet and bon vivant. The story goes that he died at the age of 80 in the arms of his young mistress. A consummation devoutly to be wished. If I may quote Shakespeare. First thing we need to make is a little bit of a sauce that's going to go with the Chateaubriand. I'm going to serve this with a chive oil. Now, you can make any flavor of oil, tarragon, rosemary, and this one, I think chive goes very, very well with the Chateaubriand. And we're going to take out any chives that are discolored or not looking particularly good right over there. Chop the chives. Again, you must not look when you're chopping. You must intently and constantly look and gaze in the eyes of that special someone. We're going to take our chives here, some of which I have already chopped up, and put it into our food processor. These are very easy to do. You make them a day ahead, so it allows the herb to infuse the oil overnight. All right. And then we are going to take, in this case, about 1/3 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. The best, only the best for that special someone. Easy to do, low fat. Not that we really want low fat. This is an easy to prepare sauce. I mean, you don't need stocks and bones and all that sort of stuff. And that's all there is to it. Take it out of your Cuisinart, put it into the refrigerator, and let it sit and mature overnight, and just taste it before you're going to use it. Get that out of the way here. Now, we need a bit of tuna. Robert, le thon, s'il vous plaît. I wanted you to see a whole loin of tuna. There we go. Whoa. Well, that's a little heavy. Good thing somebody else is carrying it in, because my doctor said, please, Jacques, don't lift anything heavier than a flannel nightie. So everything else I have to have assistance with. You know, the back, you know. All right. Now, the Chateaubriand is the center cut of the tuna. And this is yellowfin tuna, the very best. Sushi grade is what you're looking for. Sushi grade is the top of the line, the freshest tuna, flown in. We've trimmed it already. There's, remove the bloodline, etc. And this weighs about, I'd say 12 pounds or so. And you want about 16 or 18 ounces for two.
So you can actually eat that raw?
I would eat this raw, but we're going to cook it, I promise you. Everyone eats sushi now, don't they? Oh, well, this is the finest tuna, and you'd find this in any good sushi restaurant. Here you are, Robert. Now, don't make any sushi on the way to the kitchen. Here, all right? All right. Now, prepare this ahead of time. Take your Chateaubriand of tuna, put a little cracked peppercorns on it, on both sides, and marinate it overnight in a little olive oil. I really want to put butter in these, but I can't. I just got. All right. Now, we're going to marinate it overnight. Something else that's ready to go. You don't have to do this in front of that special someone, although bringing out the loin of tuna, that's impressive. That's impressive. All right. Now, we are going to cook our tuna. I'm going to take a saute pan here. Now, if the weather's nice, do this on the grill. Outside, if the weather's a little inclement or it's a little cool, inside is the way to go. Now I'm going to take a little butter. Finally. What's wrong with butter?
Nothing.
We've had too much oil, far too much olive oil. Now, we're going to take a little butter. We're going to take the butter and some olive oil. Putting in the oil with the butter raises the burning temperature of the butter. It doesn't brown or scorch quite as easily. And all we're going to do is take our Chateaubriand of tuna, season it with a little salt. We can find the salt here. Here we go. Let's try this. Season it with some salt and just brown it well on all sides and finish it in the oven or on the grill, whichever the case may be. Right here. As soon as the butter begins to brown, we'll sear the tuna.
Jacques, do you have a favorite salt?
A favorite salt? I always use sea salt. It's the only thing we have in the restaurant. Sea salt is important, and this is what they use in Europe, more so than processed salt. Whole salt has all the minerals in the salt. A lot of the so-called table salt, I mean, it's finer, but a lot of the minerals have been extracted. All right. Now, the butter is just about to brown here.
What does it mean?
Chateaubriand is traditionally a dish for two, beef tenderloin, and so we've made it here a fish, although we're going to serve a red wine with this, a wonderful red Burgundy. Why? Because tuna is meat that swims. I mean, it's red, right? I had somebody once tell me that they were a vegetarian. They had a big slab of tuna in front of them and said, I'm a vegetarian. I go, I don't think so. We're going to brown this as best we can all around, and then put it in an oven. Put it in the oven, 400-degree oven, 425, for about 10 or 12 minutes. When we cook meat here at the restaurant, and it's hot, it's okay, we press down on the meat or the fish, if it's a large piece of fish or meat that swims like this. The firmer it is when you push it down, the more cooked it is. The softer it is, the least cooked. And we're used to that here in the restaurant. I mean, we just do it practically blindfolded. At home, it's a little trickier. Now that it's browned all around, let me put it in the oven. There we go. Put it in there and let it cook, as I say, 10 or 12 minutes for medium rare. Now,
Jacques, if we were going to a reputable store and we said we wanted a Chateaubriand of tuna.
you want a double cut tuna.
Right, but how would we know that it was fresh?
The nose knows. If it's too strong, it's not. If you push down on the flesh, I mean, I don't know if they'll let you do this. I have no idea. Can I feel that tuna, please? It should be springy. It should be brightly colored. Now that our tuna is cooking in here, that's right, you're not going to usually find a whole tuna. That's the problem with buying a fillet. Now we have our roasted Chateaubriand of tuna. How do you tell if it's done? Well, in the good old days, we would take a skewer or a knife and insert it into the center, all right, and let it sit there 8 or 10 seconds and pull it out. And don't put it on your lip now because you need those lips for other things later. Right under the lip, you put it right here. And if it's warm, it's about medium rare. If it's hot, you've cooked it way too much. It's well done. We're going to take the cooked tuna out of the pan, and I'm going to show you how to slice it here. Let me get my tray ready. I have a very unusual presentation dish here. It's just beautiful. Put it over here. If I can figure out how to do this. There we go, like so. So let's see if we can slice. You need to slice this in approximately 4 slices here. And I mean, I like it really nice and rare on the inside. Everyone to his own taste. And you're supposed to go, ooh, ah, ooh, 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 a little bit, right? Like that. And then we're going to take our chive oil. Let me taste it to make sure it's good. Right here. And we're going to pour the chive oil around, or you can dot it, or you can take a little plastic squeeze bottle and be very creative, right? As they do in those American fancy restaurants, you know, who will remain nameless. But you can do this at home. You don't have to go to a fancy French restaurant. Oh, I think we're in one. To do this and to give it for that special someone. Serve a nice red burgundy.
Rouge avec le poisson.
Rouge avec le poisson is perfectly acceptable, especially this, and you're going to love it. Try it. A nice Pinot Noir from Oregon, perhaps, or from France. And voila, your Chateaubriand of tuna. Our final 2 for tonight, love in the afternoon dish, is a frozen raspberry souffle. Now, this is perfect for a warm weather day. You make this ahead, you put it in the freezer, and forget about it. And if things get out of hand and you forget about it, you have it for breakfast. This is very easy to make. Don't be intimidated by it. And this same formula can be used to make strawberry, peach, blackberry, any of the berry flavors especially, or even citrus. The first thing we need to do is prepare our souffle mold, and we need a little butter here. What's wrong with butter?
Nothing!
I think there's some disbelievers out there. What's wrong with butter?
Nothing!
There we go. There we go. We're going to take a bit of butter, and I'm going to take a sheet of parchment paper. It's about 12 inches by 3.5 inches. And that's going to be the collar of our souffle, because after all, it's a frozen souffle. No cooking here. Make it ahead, put it in the freezer, and you're good to go. So, no need to butter the mold either. Just butter it on the inside. The reason we do this is so it'll come off cleanly. And wrap it around here like this. I'm so much better at unwrapping than wrapping. I mean, it's just... more practice at it, I suppose. Take a bit of tape and put it in there, and there we are. We put these two together. That you make ahead, and then we make a little bit of a custard and make our final souffle. I'm going to take a bowl, and I'm going to put 1 egg in the bowl. We're going to take 1 egg, and we're going to take only about 1/4 cup or less of honey and put it inside here and just cook it lightly over a pot of steaming water. If you just did it with heavy whipping cream, I think you'll find that it tends to be almost crystalline, kind of a drier type of texture. And just by adding the egg, 1 egg, I mean, it's for 2 of you. Your eggs and honey combination are just lightly cooked.
What's the consistency that you're looking for?
We're looking for just a foam here, really. Oh. This could be cooked just 1 more second, maybe. You just want to cook, it's going to be frozen, so if it's a little liquid, it really doesn't make any difference. But you want to just cook it lightly. You don't want to get that raw egg taste. And that will just add creaminess to, believe it or not, it adds creaminess to the heavy whipping cream. All right. Now, I'm going to take about 2/3 cup of raspberry puree. Just pureed and strained raspberries. It's best to put them through a strainer because there are the seeds in there. Pour it in there. And that will cool down the mixture. All right. Let's get every bit of that good raspberry. Raspberries are one of my favorites. And then, since it's sort of an Alsatian-inspired dish, since it is an Alsatian-inspired dish, we need a little bit of eau de vie, raspberry brandy. You know, I better taste it to make sure it's good. If you put it in a glass, that's drinking. But if you put it in a bowl, you know, it's a dirty job, but every chef has to go out and taste all these ingredients to make sure they're good. So let me put a little bit in there, not too much. Oh. Framboise. Mm. A little bit of framboise in here. Hey, if your charm and personality don't work. All right, now we're going to take our heavy whipping cream and just 40% butterfat. Whisk it. You know you want it. You know you do. This is just whipped up ahead of time. And this is your pre-prepared. Your dessert is done completely ahead of time. Put it in the freezer. Forget about it until you're ready to go. All right, now, I'm just going to mix it together here. It's going to seem a little liquid, but you're going to freeze it. You're going to put it in the molds and freeze it right away, and it should just work perfectly this way. I'm also going to add a few fresh whole raspberries into the mix, so when you cut it open, you have some whole berries in there. All right, here is our mousse right here. Now, we're going to pour, you know, maybe I should taste this to make sure there's enough raspberry in there. What do you think? Delicious. Pour it in to the molds. It's actually working. If it's not complete, if every shred of cream is not mixed in, it doesn't matter. It's going to work out just perfectly like that. Top it off a little bit. I'm going to put the raspberries in here just like this, see? Right, like that. Take a spoon. Right. Put it in the freezer. Once it's frozen overnight, we're going to take it out of the freezer. Easy to do. And we're going to disrobe the souffle. See, I told you I was better at that. You didn't believe me. Right. And put it on a nice serving plate. Isn't that nice? Now, if you're really feeling frisky, you take a little whipped cream. You need a little bit more heavy whipping cream in dessert, don't you? Now, garnish this with a fresh raspberry, a mint leaf or sprig of mint.
C'est superbe, Jacques.
Don't get excited now. Do get excited. And voila, your frozen raspberry souffle. And I think I should present this to a lucky couple over here. There you are. Enjoy.